We poked around the Temple of Nightmares, wound up in a room with an ancient transport pad we call a pallet, and a strange mirror that stare back. I mean, all mirrors stare back, but this one gave Sharael the goober shuffle. You know, the usual. And this time, oh, just a casual blind stroll straight up a bottomless pit full of orcs, monkey smoke, and a whole lot of fun. Cullen nearly loses his nerves. Sharael nearly loses her lunch. And me? I'm the picture of grace, courage, and a bit of gas. Don't judge, it's a tension release mechanism. So we climb, up, 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 through a darkness so thick you could butter it. Orcs above, death below, and a gap in the railing big enough to make even my mother, if I had one, shudder. Then, light, air, stars! The garden, hanging just out of reach like a cosmic carrot. Turns out, we're perched right inside the thinning itself. One step from salvation. One sneeze from the end. One shudder from what comes next. So, what is that? Well, that's up to Sharael. But my money's on the orcs finding us first. Who knows? Tune in, cover your mirrors, and maybe tie yourself to something solid. I'm Dagger, your friendly neighborhood disaster, leaving pea pods under your pillows for good luck.
Sharael, Maldine. Cullen looks confused, but I understand. We stand in Sansa, but through a hole above us, the sky of the garden is visible. Vast, unreachable. It's the thinning. We're high enough to be just within it. The garden above, Sansa below. It's like a hole we need to climb through, but it's still out of reach. And when we climb through this hole, where will we be? What happens next? Everything about this feels wrong, different. What's waiting for us on the other side? I can't guess. I glance down at the stone floor around us. This is the spot, the most suitable place for the transport. A quake of fear grips me, spreading through my limbs like frost. Can I do this? No time for reassurances. No more confidence games. It's all on me now, and that's more terrifying than anything I've ever faced. My eyes fall to the opening in the floor, the heavy wooden hatch leading back into the temple's depths. I swallow, my throat dry, words fail me, and simply point at it. Cullen understands, and moves to the hatch. He grips the handle, strain tightening the muscles in his arms and neck as he lifts. The thing is massive. I step in to help, and together we lift it up. The hinges groan before the hatch teeters and slams into place with a jarring thud that reverberates through the stone. He slides the metal bolt across, locking it shut. His shoulders sag. Relief, maybe. I walk to one of the pillars at the edge and drop my pack at its base. My mind races, cataloging what I need. Water first. I pull my water skin free, wet my throat, and test my voice. I need a piton, rope, and your knife. He kneels, takes off his pack, and drops it next to mine. The rope's on top, a coiled, tangled mess. He pulls it free, then digs deeper, retrieving 2 pitons wrapped in cloth. One will be enough. He doesn't argue. This needs to be hammered into the wood, as close to the center as possible.
But the noise.
We make enough racket, no one will question it. Besides, I think the orcs know what's up here. Like werewolves, they'll want to stay away.
I think Sandra was right about that much.
Still, I'd rather not test that theory. Will you tell me why?
If there was another way. He softens. He knows I wouldn't risk this unless I had to.
It may not hold in this wood. It's meant for stone, I think.
It doesn't need to support weight. He shrugs and sets to work, wedging the piton between 2 slats and striking it with his sword hilt. Thump, thump, thump. Each blow echoes until finally the piton bites deep. He tests it. It holds firm. I tie a loop around the piton, measure lengths, and knot them carefully. Cullen draws a knife from his back. the same orc blade from the clearing, handing it to me. It slices the rope clean, and I drop the rest onto the hatch. As I reach to coil the leftover, Cullen steps in.
I'll do that.
The task ahead swells inside me, heavy and suffocating. My hands shake as I whisper, "Oh gods, Corbin, give me strength." I let him take the rope from me, the half-made coil slipping from my fingers. "Whatever I do, don't stop me."
All right.
"I mean it. You'll want to, but don't." My hands tremble harder. I look down at the knife in my palm, its blade reflecting what little light there is. I hesitate too long. My heart races. Do it. I press down, the blade biting into the flesh below my thumb. I wince, then pull the knife through, slicing deep.
Sharael!
The pain isn't as bad as I expected. The blood flows fast, hot, and bright. I grit my teeth and move. I hand Cullen the knife and grab the rope near the piton, pulling it taut. I kneel, use my finger as a stylus, wait for the blood to reach my fingertip, then begin to draw, tracing a circle, using the rope as a guide. The stone drinks the blood greedily. I work methodically, dragging my finger, forming the first circle. The line must be thick, unbroken. My stomach churns as I squeeze the wound, forcing more blood out. Please, let this be enough. Time blurs. The first circle takes shape. Slow, steady, precise. I close the gap and murmur the words under my breath, binding life to the line. Ad velum, quod vocatur audiat. The circle hums with potential. I measure out the final length, 3 arm lengths wide. It seems right, but my hands won't stop shaking. My knees ache, pain jolting through my legs. I lean forward again, tracing the blood slowly.
On my oath, Sharael, you're going to pass out.
He's right. I'm swaying. My stomach lurches, but I'm nearly done. Just a few more moments. I close the final gap, whisper the words, and feel the essence surge through me. The nausea eases just enough to let me sit back and inspect my work. 2 circles, one inside the other. They're not the goal, only the framework. The inner circle will hold the conduit, the outer, our escape. The nausea returns. I lie down on the cold stone, the chill seeping into my skin.
Not one for biological Spellfare, are you, Sharael?
Shut up.
Is it done?
I shake my head.
Not even close. She still needs to brace the circles, invoke glyphs of warning, and empower the whole thing.
Brace them how? Can I help?
Nope. She built the circles with her own blood. She's got to finish it herself. Want me to help with the bleeding, Sharael?
At first, I think he means to stop it. But when I lift my blood-covered hand, I realize he means to start the flow again. I need it. I know I do. But I can't bring myself to say the words. My hand drops limply. Corbin, give me strength. But there's no answer. I wake with a start. Cullen sits on his pack,
And I say,
Dagar perched on his knee,
that's the biggest purple
the two of them
tomato I
murmuring
ever
in quiet
saw.
conversation. How long have I been out? I sit up, groggy, my body heavy with exhaustion, but determined.
You're awake.
He turns up the light on his buckle. I glance at my hand. The wound is open, gaping, but the blood has stopped flowing. I'll have to reopen it. I hope Dagar will heal it later, even after everything.
Dagger said it was all right to let you rest. He did something to help. How do you feel?
Better. A little. I push myself to my knees, tender and bruised, and shuffle over to the circles to examine my work. They're perfect. One circle within the other, 5 handspans apart. The inner circle nearly 2 meters across, large enough to hold a demon. Now for the Tanaras. I picture the glyphs in my mind, mapping out the quadrants, the 4 Tanaras, Aquilonum, Meridium, Orientum, Occidentalis. I need Dagar's help after all. He's beside me instantly, knife in tail. I wince as he slices across the gaping wound, cutting an X into my palm. The blood flows freely again. I lower my hand and start painting the symbols that will seal this place. North Tanara, Aquilonum. The straight lines come easily, followed by a sweeping curve connecting the ends. I trace the 3 glyphs that will empower it, then finish with the tilde, the mark that completes the glyph. I reach for the essence and speak the words. Sanguine sponte dato, circulum ligo, et velum excito. Quod vocatur audiat, pareat, et in hunc locum signatum transiat. East Tanara, Orientum, then south, Meridium, finally west, Occidentalis. One by one, each glyph comes alive, empowered and whole. Next, I connect the terminals, positive to negative, inner to outer, through 8 small lines. I touch the inner circle at the Orientum quadrant, whispering interioris obice, linking to the positive terminal, then outward to Aquilonum's exterioris obice. 3 more to go. The outer ring, the transport ring, will guide us to the garden. The inner, the prison, will hold the demon, preventing it from ascending past Sansa. But if needed, if it goes wrong, I can eject it into Saddam. Dagger, I whisper, holding out my hand. I feel the breeze first, cooling my fevered skin. Then the tingling as healing magic knits the flesh together. Relief floods me.
All done! Good as new!
Thank you.
Right as rain! Clean as a whistle! Soft as a baby's bottom!
Thank you, Dagger. I stand at North Tanara, Aquilonum, hands raised toward the sky. The words come to me. The invocation of the Uocare Daemonium Habentem. Empower fluxiones cum disperem vim meam. I stoop, touch the outer quadrant with my right hand. My heart pounds. I'm taking a chance, winging it, as Dagar would say. I tell myself I've done this before. I lie. Arthesi had done it, not me. My left hand reaches for the inner circle, and the power floods in, hard, overwhelming, threatening to pull me under. I stumble but force myself to focus, gritting my teeth against the surge. Cullen will see nothing, but in my mind the lines fill in, connecting, stretching between poles. The prison forms, cylindrical, piercing through the planes of existence. My right hand locks in place until the luring is complete. I slide my left hand along the invisible wall, feeling its solidity, tracing the targeting sequence. I draw magnificum on the surface, angles and arcs shaping the glyph. The final tilde connects positive to negative, north to south. What did Dagar say about this symbol? The glyph glows, intense, blinding. Cullen gasps as the magic takes aim, seeking the first magnificum it can find. The cylinder darkens. I swipe my thumb across the glyph, triggering the injection. The cylinder extends, piercing through the 9 infernos, the garden, and the 9 Elysia. Flames burst through the floor, swirling within the prison as the infernos flood in. Something's wrong. I stumble back, fear spiking through me. The holding wavers. I drop to my knees, slamming my hands onto the maintenance terminals, channeling essence into the prison before the inferno can break free. The prison burns bright, so intense it hurts to look at. Deep within the flames, I see it. A dark shape forms, small at first, then growing, thicker than a man, broader than a bear. The flames dwindle. Something's wrong. The creature stands tall, massive, bovine. Its skin smooth and black like onyx, cloven hooves, clawed hands, curling horns. Fear crashes over me, but it isn't demon fear. It's deeper, colder, wrapping around my core like fingers of ice. I've never seen a demon like this. Not even Sandra's demon fear felt like this. What now? I force myself to remember. What had Arthesi done when he summoned Elazekia? State the purpose. Every rite begins with that. My lips are already moving, words spilling out in shaky cadence. I force a deep breath and face the hulking figure. In the words of magic, I say, "You have been summoned to task to empower a conduit of transport between Sansa and the garden." He doesn't respond. His bull-like head scans the shimmering walls, uninterested. Maybe he didn't hear me? I repeat myself, louder, forcing will into the command. The demon snorts, angrily, smoke and fire curling from his nostrils. Then his eyes lock onto mine. Utterly black. I freeze, rooted to the spot. His gaze weighs me down, making me feel small, insignificant. Power radiates from him, seeping through the prison walls. It shouldn't. The containment should be flawless, but energy leaks through. My breath quickens. The demon opens his mouth, rows of polished metallic teeth glistening. Fire spills from his maw, his skin glowing red and white, like molten iron from a forge. The dialect is twisted, ancient. I barely understand. Foolish mortal? Why did you summon me, I think? The sound is garbled, guttural, but the meaning clear enough. I try to respond, to hold authority, but the demon laughs. A booming, thunderous sound that shakes the air itself. My heart skips. Why would he laugh? Doesn't he realize what I can do? The prison should hold him, force his compliance. I am Sharael. I do not care who you are. His voice reverberates through the chamber, the sheer force nearly knocking me back. Suddenly, there's a mental shock, a tangible force pressing outward. Sliding backward, I almost lose contact with the terminals. No! I lean forward, bracing my knees, forcing the connection back into place. With shaking hands, I reach for my amulet, the sigil that will identify me even to a demon. I yank at the chain around my neck. It snags on my shirt, resisting my pull. Desperation floods me as I tug harder. Finally, it comes free. The demon watches, his enormous form leaning forward, smoke and flame curling from his forehead and nose as they press against the barrier. The infernal energy burns his skin, but he doesn't flinch.
Nihil mihi valens tua pagana monilia, signum tuum non cognosco.
Your pig and trinkets mean nothing to me. I know not your sigil. His words slam into me with such force I nearly cry out. I push past the fear, channeling magic to amplify my voice. I am Sharael Maldine of the White Circle, and I command you to do my bidding.
White Circle.
His voice drips with mockery. He leans closer, half his face igniting as it presses against the holding wall. Flames lick at him, but he doesn't falter. A darkening creeps along the barrier, subtle but growing. Heat sears my skin as my amulet burns against my throat. No, I gasp, trying to pull it away, but it resists. The chain snaps, the amulet clattering to the floor. It slides across the stone toward the prison, as if pulled by an unseen hand, rising slowly until it floats at the demon's eye level. He laughs again, deep, booming. I have to act. Now.
What did you say your name was, foolish mortal?
My throat tightens. My name is Sharael Maldine. I am White Circle. I demand that you tell me your name so I may invoke my command. The holding should force him to reveal it. That's the law, the binding contract.
Juhada Iskurat.
I repeat the name, the syllables foreign on my tongue. Recognition hits like a blade to the chest. No. A name from the old book, whispered in fear by the eldest mages. An archdemon, the 12th, the betrayer. Panic claws at my insides. How? This was supposed to summon a magnificum, not this. What did I do wrong? I glance at the glyph. There, a tiny flaw. A curl of blood, a minute drip extending the brace. Enough to twist the intent. The darkness spreads faster across the prison. I'm frozen, paralyzed by dread. Juhada Iskurat laughs again. I dismiss you. Begone.
How dare you dismiss me, you pathetic little...
You will facilitate our transport, I interrupt. Darkness consumes 2/3 of the pillar. When it reaches the base, the prison will collapse. I want to scream at Cullen, tell him to run. But what would it matter? If Juhada escapes, he'll raze everything in his path. Another mental shove slams into me, stronger this time. I slide backward, my knees slipping off the terminals. I slap my hands down again, barely holding the connection. A second wave hits harder. I throw myself flat onto the stone. What can I do? He's too strong, too unwilling. I focus on the barrier, visualizing the weave I've built, and I see it, the flaw. He's picking at it, unraveling the structure thread by thread. I pour essence in, trying to patch it, punishing his defiance, but it barely phases him. A low groan escapes him, the only sign he even feels it. His gaze drifts away again. I speak the incantation for a barrier ward. The glow flares, then flickers out. He still holds the flaw, unraveling from within. My efforts only delay the inevitable. I slide back from the barrier and spot the failsafe terminals, set a shoulder's width apart. Too far. I curse under my breath. If I short them, the spell should collapse and eject him back to hell, I think. But that might destroy the thinning and trap us here. Control him or convince him, my only two options. But what would an archdemon want? I'll make you a bargain. He ignores me. The prison wavers, the flaw widening. Too fast. I feel panicked. I have to stop him, to get his attention. But the terminals are too far apart. I need blood to... I bite my fingertip, tearing flesh, blood spilling freely. Look at me, you bastard. I drag my bloody fingertip from one terminal lead toward the other. Just a hair's breadth from completing the circuit, I stop. I'll make you a bargain, or I'll send you back to hell. Juhada sniffs the air loudly, brow furrowing, as though uncertain what scent has caught his attention, or from where it drifts. Then his gaze drops, slow, deliberate, to the fresh blood welling at the tip of my finger.
Speak your bargain.
His tone has changed, no longer mocking, but calculating. He knows escape isn't certain. I take a breath. If you facilitate our transport to the garden, I will not return you to hell. I will abandon the form and leave you here. Silence. I speak the truth. I know the suffering I would spare you. More silence. Upon our arrival in the garden, I will release my hold. You will be anchored to this plane within the holding until you break free. Then, you will have free reign for as long as you can hold it. No response. Then, the amulet, still pressed against the barrier, falls. It hits the stone with a soft clink. Is that his agreement? I think so. I push myself onto my knees, every muscle heavy as lead. Cullen, leave the bags and start walking toward the demon. Stop when you feel the inner barrier. He doesn't move. He stands frozen, staring at me, eyes wide with disbelief. Cullen! I shout, the word cracking through the tension. He jolts, irritation flashing across his face, but he obeys. He drops his pack and begins walking toward Juhada. I shuffle forward, bracing my knees against the terminals, my bloodied fingertips still dripping. I fight to prevent an accidental short. Then it hits me. If I enter the transport ring, I'll have to leave the failsafe behind. I could short the form with a twitch, but only from outside the ring. I'm trapped by my own design. Does Juhada know? Of course he does. He won't honor the bargain. He'll take what he can and destroy everything else. I blink hard, tears threatening to fall. I can't show weakness. Not now. Not with Juhada watching. I have to finish this. I drag my fingertip, still bleeding, from the terminal, drawing a line that stops just short of the transport ring, close enough that a twitch could complete the circuit. I crawl into the ring, positioning myself within it. The stench of brimstone fills my nose, thick and cloying. I fight the urge to gag. My eyes water from the acrid smoke. I glance up at Cullen. He's inside the circle, a few hand spans from the barrier, the infernal heat radiating over us. But he stands firm. Then I see Dagar. He's sitting well within the transport ring, grinning up at Juhada. Is he waving at the demon? Damn it, Dagar. I could kick back, couldn't I? He'd be out.
Well. Look who made it all the way to the end without fainting, bursting into flames, or accidentally summoning an archdemon. Progress! And don't pretend you weren't holding your breath through that bit with the blood. I saw you. I mean, who wouldn't want a bit of finger for a snack? Now, before you scamper off to scrub the infernal soot out of your ears, you owe me a teeny tiny favor. Go on, tap those shiny 5 stars, will ya? It keeps the circle happy, keeps the humans feeding us stories, and apparently helps us grow the audience, which means they'll be juicier when the time comes. Okay, I don't know what I mean. And if you liked watching Sharael nearly roast herself, then you'll love what's coming next. So share this episode with your friends, your enemies, or that one relative who keeps talking about essential oils. Demons love those. Visit my lair at mikecarmel.ca. Yep, I'll spell it out. MikeCarmel.ca. And while you're at it, check out the other lair, which still smells of essential oils, at Patreon. Patreon.com/c/Dark Razor Chronicles. That's where the real treasure's buried. Early releases, behind-the-scenes chaos, and me complaining about management. All right, that's enough salesmanship for one cack-shaped chaos engine. Go on, stretch, hydrate, make a life decision. See you in the next one, my brave little Voidwalkers. And remember, if something starts whispering your name from a glowing circle, jump in with both feet. That's what I do. Bye ya!